Chapter 10. The Joker's Invitation. The week following Jack Napier's disappearance, Axis Chemical, that had been surprisingly quiet. Too quiet. Gordon's people ruled him dead. No body recovered, but the corrosive nature of those chemicals made that expected. Eckhart survived long enough to give a deathbed confession that implicated Schreck in multiple corruption schemes, though nothing concrete enough to make charges stick. Meanwhile, Selina and I had shared 3 dinners. Each one left me more captivated and more conflicted. She'd shown me documents from Schreck's files, insurance policies, shell company transfers, payroll records for the Red Triangle Gang. She was building a case against him from the inside, risking everything. Last night, she'd kissed me, soft and urgent, under the streetlights outside her apartment building. I'd walked home floating 6 inches off the ground. This morning, a cream envelope arrived at the Gazette offices. Expensive stationery. My name written in theatrical purple ink. Miss Thomas, I have a story that will make your career. Come alone to the Venetian Room tonight, 9 p.m. Table reserved under J. Your biggest fan, Bruce, didn't like it. It's obviously a trap, he'd said over the comm. J could be anyone. Napier's associates. Schreck. Even Cobblepot. Which is why I'm going as Renee Thomas, reporter. I'd countered. Not the Crimson Claw. Besides, the Venetian Room is public. Plenty of witnesses. Now, standing in the restaurant's opulent entrance wearing my best black dress, I wondered if I'd been reckless. The Venetian Room occupied the top floor of the Monarch building, all crystal chandeliers and floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking Gotham's glittering skyline. Old money and new corruption dined on truffle risotto while the streets below festered. The maitre d' guided me to a corner table draped in white linen. A small wrapped box sat beside the place setting. Your companion requested you open this immediately, the maitre d' said, then retreated. I surveyed the room. 50 or so diners, mostly couples and business groups. Waiters gliding between tables. Emergency exits marked in discreet gold. No obvious threats. The box was light, barely weighing anything. I unwrapped it carefully, reporter's instincts screaming to document everything. Inside, nestled in purple tissue paper, lay a small gas mask, the kind used for tear gas or chemical exposure. My blood went cold. Bruce, I whispered, activating the nearly invisible comm device I'd worn as insurance. Something's wrong. There's a hissing sound filled the air. From the decorative vents along the walls, pale green gas began streaming into the dining room. Chaos erupted. A woman screamed. A man stumbled, trying to reach the exit. Within seconds, diners collapsed across their meals. Waiters crumpled mid-stride. The maitre d' hit the floor like a puppet with cut strings. I jammed the gas mask over my face, hands shaking. The seal caught just as the vapors reached my table. Through the mask's narrow eye shields, I watched the Venetian Room transform into a gallery of unconscious bodies. Renee! Bruce's voice crackled with static. What's happening? Your vitals are spiking. Gas attack. I managed, voice muffled. Everyone's down. I'm okay, had a mask. The main doors burst open. 6 men in purple suits and grotesque clown masks poured in, moving with military precision. They positioned themselves around the room, flanking the tables like guards at a twisted court. The largest one gestured toward me. The boss wants to meet you properly, Miss Thomas. Footsteps echoed from the private dining area. Slow, deliberate. Whoever approached was taking their time, savoring the drama. A figure emerged from the shadows beyond the chandeliers. My breath caught. The man wore a purple suit that might have been elegant if not for its wearer. His hair had been chemically transformed into a brilliant green, slicked back from a face that belonged in nightmares. Skin bleached bone white, stretched over sharp features. But worst of all was his mouth, twisted into a permanent, grotesque grin. that revealed too many teeth. I knew that voice before he spoke, had heard it a week ago, cold and calculating, before he'd plunged into the chemicals. Jack Napier? I whispered. The gangster? He laughed, high and manic. Nothing like the controlled menace I remembered. Oh no, no, no. Jack is dead, sweetheart, drowned in a lovely cocktail of industrial waste and regret. He spread his arms wide, doing a theatrical spin. From now on, you can call me the Joker. And as you can see, I'm much happier now. He pulled a revolver from his jacket in one fluid motion. My body tensed, ready to dive, to fight, but he didn't aim at me. Instead, he fired into the wall behind my head. Once, twice, 3 times. The reports were deafening in the enclosed space. Plaster exploded. The crystal chandelier shook. He emptied the cylinder, each shot deliberately missing me by inches, close enough that I felt the air displacement. When the hammer clicked on an empty chamber, I was pressed against my chair, heart hammering, ears ringing. The Joker lowered the gun, his grin somehow widening. Just wanted to make sure I had your complete attention. You reporters can be so easily distracted. What do you want? I kept my voice steady despite the adrenaline flooding my system. He pulled out the chair across from me, sitting with exaggerated courtesy. Up close, I could see the chemical burns beneath the white skin, the madness burning in eyes that had once held cold calculation. I want to tell you a story, Miss Thomas, about a man who died and was reborn, about a city rotting from the inside, about a certain billionaire named Shrek who thinks he runs this town. The Joker leaned forward, his permanent smile inches from my face. I want to give you the biggest scoop of your career, because when Gotham reads your story, when they see what I've become and who's responsible. He giggled, the sound wrong and childlike. They're going to realize the joke's been on them all along.